With half the year and more having passed, I thought it was about time we do a recap of the most impressive films that I have seen in 2023. It's been quite an interesting year across languages, and yes, this is just in reference to the films that I have watched this year. If you think out of the films that I have covered that a movie you were thoroughly impressed with deserves a place in the list, then please do write it in the comments below and why you really think it was special. This one was tough to formulate because even though I do cover a lot of films across languages, you end up realizing it's just never enough. So bear with me and let's recommend the best with each other so that this can become a recommendation dream for film enthusiasts. So here is Tried&Refused Productions with top 10 best Indian movies of 2023 till now. Number 10 goes to Balagam. A shift that really makes my heart happy is the Telugu audience seeking for compelling storylines versus just star-led projects now. This is slowly building up and becoming the norm in the Telugu-speaking states as a movie like Balagam has a respectable run at the box office and is loved digitally. The movie, directed by Venu Yaldandi, focuses on a family dealing with the death of the patriarch of the family. As more and more people appear to mourn this loss, the dynamics within the house get explored, revealing several reasons for animosity or hatred among its members. The rural Telangana dynamic is in full form, egos being challenged, personality traits being dragged, one is in a constant mood to pull down one another, and all is a product of the circumstances versus having ill will for one another. Balagam is still vivid in my memory, especially its endearing concluding moments. Priyadarshi as the observer of the sheer chaos that follows, and the entire ensemble cast puts forth stellar performances, making for a movie on love beyond the differences so special. Number 9 goes to Satyaprem Ki Katha. A film that many people thought would pass off like a regular small-town romantic drama was the Kartik Aaryan and Kiara Advani starrer Satyaprem Ki Katha, but those who had faith in Sameer Vidwans really knew he isn't going to present a generic forgettable product. The film stands out due to the genuine empathy with which the director approached sensitive topics, and it absolutely invests you as a naive but smitten Sattu tries to make it work with a lone warrior like Katha. The themes explored in the movie is something you have to experience firsthand in the theatre, as it actually acts as the core of why you immediately get engaged in this tale. A tale of empathy, kindness, patience, and above all, friendship really transformed into a beautiful story. The soft landing of layered and complex subjects was exceptionally executed, and this is genuinely like no ordinary romance, and I absolutely love it that way. Number 8 goes to DADA. A film that absolutely caught me by surprise was DADA, directed by Ganesh K. Babu. A movie starring Kavin and Aparna Das in lead roles is a story that absolutely broke me. A story of fate, manifestation, growing up, the curveballs that life throws at you and compels you to persevere, and what it really means to be a man. A surprise pregnancy causes conflict and differences between a couple without giving much context. The child is raised by a single father, and why or how such circumstances transpired forms the premise of DADA. Sharing exceptional chemistry with one another, the two leads really act as the soul of this movie. It makes you naturally root for their union. Jen Martin and his music will truly tug at your heartstrings. It's another beautiful story of a low-budget Tamil film getting noticed by the masses, and it breaks this preconceived notion that only big-scale projects are working with audiences. I often revisit the end just to see that magic unfold again. Number 7 goes to Gulmohar. The film, focusing on the Batra family, where the matriarch Kusum Batra, played by Sharmila Tagore, has decided to sell their family home in Delhi and move to Pondicherry. Met with mostly silent resentment and restrained opposition from the other members of the family, Kusum urges the family to spend 4 days together in that house and bid farewell to their abode by celebrating Holi on their last day. The events that unfold in those 4 days that lead to several moments of conflict transforms into an emotional family tale that struck a deep emotional chord within me. Boasting of a stacked cast of legends, you couldn't help but melt at the organic chemistry they shared, especially the mother-son bond between Sharmila Tagore and Manoj Bajpayee. Exploring themes of identity, belonging, and one's perception in society, the film took me back to the ingenious monsoon wedding and how the complexities within the family dynamic were so beautifully explored. There isn't anything that will break you quite like Sharmila Tagore opening her arms, wanting a big tight hug from her son. And this emotional tale really stood out as an understated yet effective family tale. Number 6 goes to Purusha Pretham. I was confused between two Malayalam films, Romancham and Purusha Pretham, but I think in this duel, this one stands out as the more unique and crisply edited film. Starring Alexander Prashant, Jagdish and Darshana Rajendran in prominent roles, this underrated film is a dark comedy but eventually progresses to become an exceptionally adept crime thriller. It is not only funny and clever but is edited so inventively, you are bound to get sucked in the development of events. A body is found, it is not recognized, only for a grieving wife and her brother to claim that it might be a possibility the body is of her missing husband. The case, identity and the pressure on the police force with Alexander Prashant and Jagdish at the helm of affairs makes this film one hell of a ride. In several moments, the way the creators extract humor from the most dire circumstances is a skill to be marveled at, and trust me when I say this, it may just be one of the most unique treatments of a film dealing with a police investigation. Highly unnoticed and a real gem. Number 5 goes to NANPAKAL MAYAKKAM. Probably one of the most unique theatrical experience was to catch the Lijo Jose Pellicerri directed film with Mammootty. This movie, filled with metaphors and an open-ended treatment to its screenplay, allows the viewers to be spectators to the madness and come to their own conclusions of the odd turn of events that take place. A unique narrative style far away from the exhilarating rides offered by Pellicerri. Otherwise, this film is meditative and filled with analogies. You're playing with a scenario where an actor has to play characters with distinct personalities who not only differ on their outlook in life and temperament but also religious background and, more importantly, a different bloody language. And Mammootty channelizes his experience with such seamlessness and conviction, you just simply marvel at his ability. Probably the most unique film in the list of exceptional tales. This one really got me thinking for days. Number 4 goes to Sirf Ek Banda Kaafi Hai. A Hindi film that caught everyone by surprise was the Manoj Bajpayee starrer Sirf Ek Banda Kaafi Hai. A tale about a common man in the form of PC Solanki, played by Manoj Bajpayee, who takes up a high-profile case where witnesses are either becoming hostile or are being killed, and puts everything in his might to work for the protection of children against fiends who think that they are untouchable, for the sheer fact of the volume of people that consider them to be not only above the law but godlike. If Manoj Bajpayee doesn't get a national award for this film, I will be shocked, because it is a performance for the ages. The story provides an insight on blind faith and its repercussions, the culmination of bad decisions, and how the child bears the brunt of it all. A journey of resilience, beautifully conveyed by Manoj Bajpayee, and with a monologue that I often revisit, just to see the legend do what he does best. Number 3 goes to 2018. Released at a time where the political environment was extremely toxic regarding the state of Kerala, trying everything in their might to portray it to be stuck in the dark ages, came a movie which proved the state to be more than just being embroiled in petty religious politics. Dealing with the tragic 2018 floods, the film is nothing short of a masterclass, not only in terms of storytelling but technical prowess. A screenplay so engaging that one can't help but be nervous at the several events showcased. What really stands out, and this essentially becomes the core essence of the film, is the willingness of the people of the state to contribute in their own way, showcasing the human spirit to work together and the belief that no tragedy is strong enough to break their prevailing tendency. I cannot commend the creators and especially director Jude Anthony Joseph enough for telling this exceptional story of human perseverance and unity in a state that worked hand in hand with one another, knowing very well that there is no force that can break their spirit. I will forever be a Tuvino fan for what he did on and off camera regarding this film and what it focused on. Number 2 goes to IRATTA. A film that failed at the box office but I feel like is nothing short of a masterpiece is the Malayalam movie titled IRATTA, starring Joju George. The simple case of a policeman being shot in a police station is told in such a meticulous fashion that I just marveled at the economical production and the inventive screenplay of this 1 hour 50-minute film. The movie unfolds as the suspected individuals are hauled up together and questioned, trying to understand each one's possible motive to kill the man, each policeman having some scarred history with the deceased. How this ties into our lead actor being one of the two twins is very interestingly woven. The brilliant nature of this film is that it makes you believe that there is no sense of reprieve for a character so despicable, but it always pulls you back somehow with its layered writing. The climax and how exceptionally it has tied together a sense of identity and how it dooms one's life will really make your jaw drop. Number 1 of course goes to Kisi Ka Bhai Kisi Ki Jaan, a film which beautifully showcases Salman Khan's mane, an ensemble cast that puts forth exceptional performances, and the true case of Pan-India doing what we do best, a VFX heavy film that really works towards taking Indian cinema global.
Gotcha, bitch!
Number 1 goes to VIDUTHALAI Part 1. If there is one creator in Indian cinema who always brings something compelling and hard-hitting regarding the socio-political climate in India, it is Vetrimaran. A case of an actor like Suri working for more than 20 years in the film industry, mostly playing characters who are of comedic relief or the hero's best friend. Finally being given a chance to portray a dramatic role was even more exciting. The film focuses on a police constable, Kumarasaran, who gets recruited in the mountain village in 1987, where the police is in constant conflict with a rebel group termed as the People's Army. While his portfolio is of a driver providing food for the policeman, Operation Ghost Hunt is intended to catch or kill the leader of the People's Army, Perumal, played by Vijay Sethupathi. Suri is a revelation in this film. You immediately connect with his innocence and naivety, the organic need to help those in need. He's righteous, so much so that he stands by his belief and actions, even if it means coming at crossroads with his superiors, and his progression in acknowledging the system and its problems, and how its only solution may be to take charge, really accounts for an exceptional and powerful tale. The socio-political commentary by Vetrimaran is fascinating because his film speaks about positioning of the government, its convenience with the news, and how they're portrayed, the low pecking order in which the locals are for these positions of power, the anger and resentment on both sides, of the police for the lives that they are losing in crossfires, and the locals for the mistreatment and abuse caused for no fault of theirs. The abuse of power becomes horrifying to the point where I had to look away in many sequences. How humans reach a point where it becomes justified in their mind to treat others like wild animals. It's hard-hitting, brilliantly executed, and makes me even more excited for what part 2 will unfold. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below of which films you think were the best films of 2023. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle is right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.